So this whole thing isn't over yet. Let's stay well and make sure we don't go crazy. Hello friends, if you're new around here, I'm Anne, an integrative nutrition health coach, among other things, and this is Veggie Magnifique, your go-to for holistic wellness and healthy vegan lifestyle. Today I wanted to share my top 10 tips for staying healthy at home, since most of us are becoming Susie homemakers, whether we like it or not. So let's jump into it. My first tip is no grazing. Look, I know your fridge has been staying home too, and your pantry, come to think of it, but it's not healthy or energizing to snack the whole day. I'm all for snacks. I love snacks, but within reason. So what I recommend you do is to plan out your day. So you have your meal times and then you have your snack times, and then you just don't deviate from the plan, because otherwise you're just sort of eating kind of all day, and then that kind of messes with meal times, and then it just kind of makes you feel sluggish. And I love it when I have like, this is my snack time, and I really relish the experience because I love snacks, right? But if I snack all day long, it's not as special, right? So I think it's nice to make a little ceremony of your snack time. Now, if your kitchen refuses to stop calling your name, try putting little post-it notes like on your fridge that says, I know you want to wait till snack time, don't you? Or something to that effect to, dissuade you from snacking all day. And then when you do snack, try to keep it healthy. Some of my favorite snacks are Honeycrisp apples with peanut butter and berries and a plant-based yogurt, or even healthy cookies with a glass of oat milk, something with protein and a little bit of fat and hopefully some sort of fruit and veg. And another note here is that sometimes we think we're like peckish, to use a British expression, but actually we're thirsty. So it's really important to hydrate. So like number 1B is to hydrate so that you don't mistakenly think you're hungry, you're peckish or whatever, and eat something when you're not actually hungry, you're just parched. My next tip for staying healthy is to be vigilant about taking your vitamins. Look, I would love to get all my vitamins and minerals from the food that I eat, and I try. But with today's modern soil and not eating enough green leafy vegetables or not getting outside enough to get enough vitamin D, we often don't get what we need, which of course takes a toll on our immune system. Let me just be clear really quick. Taking vitamins does not cancel out poor eating, okay? I repeat, taking vitamins does not cancel out poor eating. You want to eat as clean and wholesome of a diet as you can, and take supplements to make sure you're really being a superstar in terms of your immune system. Remember, vitamins are called supplements because they supplement your diet, right? They're a supplement. They're not like, So again, try to get as many nutrients as you can from your food, but in order to supplement that, if you need to, some of the vitamins that I suggest, which we made a video about, so I will link it, are Global Healing Center's vitamin D, vitamin B12, very important. And also, if you're not getting any seaweed, you want to take an iodine supplement. So I suggest Detoxidine, which is my favorite version. But again, get some dulse, get some wakame, get some seaweed in there, because that's really obviously the best way to get your iodine. And then if you're feeling like you need a little boost, it's always nice to have a mushroom supplement to boost your immune system. And then I recommend the Joel Fuhrman Women's Multi if you're a woman. And then I guess the men's one's probably great, although I've never taken it. Remember with supplements, it's not always like the more the merrier, so you really want to think about the nutrients that you need and try to get those from food, and then be judicious about which ones that you take and do research to make sure that they are in fact beneficial. And of course, it's also good to do a test to find out what it is that you're deficient in and how to fix that. So my next tip is continued learning. One of the keys to happiness is continued learning or growth. I realize this is a bold statement, but if you don't want to go nutso right now, you really need to stimulate your brain and keep learning. Because humans thrive when they're learning and growing. It's like the top of the pyramid in Tony Robbins' 6 human needs. It's like right there. If you want to live a fulfilled life, then you need to continue to grow and learn, because otherwise it's atrophy and it's just not fun. So how can you learn and grow during this bizarre period? Well, you can take an online course in whatever you fancy. If you can find one that's really interesting to you, go for it. I studied holistic nutrition. It's an online school. You can check that out. I'll link it below. Otherwise, you can check out Skillshare. That's a platform that has all sorts of things that you can learn from. You could study plant-based nutrition at the Colin Campbell School at Cornell. That's online. That would be awesome. Another thing you could be doing, it seems pretty evident, but you could be reading. There are so many fascinating, interesting, and helpful books out there that people aren't reading. They're watching The Bachelor, right now you probably have a little bit more time. So take advantage of that time to engage your mind and improve your life, which in turn, of course, makes you a more holistically healthy person. So whatever line of study you're interested in, check it out, look into it. And I'll link some of my self-development favorite nonfiction books below if you'd like ideas. So my next tip is to order your groceries online. There's a lot of reasons to order your groceries online. One of them is the bizarre Trader Joe's lines that are happening in the United States right now. But it probably keeps you a lot safer and is generally more pleasant to order from the comfort of your home. So some of the services that you could look into are Thrive Market in the United States and Smart Fooding in Europe, in Spain and France. So online shopping is a breeze, and it's kind of fun to just, pick out all your favorite things and then have them arrive at your door. So Smart Fooding as well as Thrive Market also offer you vegan, you can check the box to just look at all the vegan products, which I find very awesome. And then there's also a lot of very healthy, health-conscious products on these sites, so you can find what you're looking for and stay healthy and order healthy things, so it's kind of like win-win. My next tip is to cultivate a morning ritual. You knew it was coming. We all need a little bit of structure, stress relief, and spiritual time if we're gonna come out of this thing unscathed. And it starts in the morning. I cannot stress enough the life-changing importance of having a powerful morning ritual. This is your time. This is your rudder of the day. This is when you plan your day, prime yourself, and reconnect with who you are and why you're here, on this planet. And that's really important work to do. As far as I'm concerned, the morning is the magic moment for your day and hence your life. So if you need help with this, there is a Veggie Magnifique guide that I will link down below in the comments. My next tip is meditation. Meditation is so important, and if you're a meditator, you're thinking, amen to that. And if you're not, you're thinking, shut up, Anne, I'm tired of hearing about it. But look, the reason you're always hearing about it is because it's been scientifically proven over and over again to be totally awesome and incredibly helpful in reducing stress, improving your health, your relationships, and improving your life. It's one of the magical things that you can do in your morning ritual or, right before you go to bed, or anytime, honestly. If you're not meditating, find a time, it could be 4 o'clock, and sit down, calm the mind, calm the crazy, and feel better. You're quarantined now. You have no excuse. So my next tip is to set quarantine goals. What an opportunity we all have, and God forbid it ever happens again for the same reason. Let's make the most of it. For real, this is a golden opportunity for us to do things that we've always wanted to do, that have been on the to-do list for when we have time. I would really love to fill in the blank, but I don't have time. I wish I had time. You might have some time right now. This is the time to cross off things off your bucket list or start to play instruments you've been longing to play, or whatever it is that you've been dreaming of doing that doesn't involve close contact with other people. So set goals, my friends, and make it happen. And share your top goal for the quarantine down in the comments below so that we can all root you on. Remember, your health is inextricably linked to your emotions. And when you set goals and you're feeling good and you're feeling productive and you're feeling more fulfilled and less down, your health benefits as a result. I know this is a little out there, this is a little holistic health, but that's kind of my jam, so I just wanted to mention it. My next tip is home dance parties. If you've yet to experience the unparalleled joys of home dance parties, now is your chance. This is not only going to give you exercise and heart-pumping cardio, but also obviously endorphins all through your body. And if you're playing your favorite tunes, it'll be a moment of multi-sensory bliss. And we need those moments right now. Remember, dance parties don't mean you're not taking the current situation seriously. Au contraire, you are taking it seriously. You're taking it seriously by tending to your own health and well-being as a preventative measure. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Stress causes dis-ease in the body. So if you can find practices that de-stress and fill you with joy, it is a health practice. My next tip is to diversify, aka maybe think about creating a side hustle. So chances are your income might be affected by this global insanity. So if you have some extra hours, maybe spend that time researching how you can create a side hustle. What's a side hustle? Well, essentially you're diversifying your income streams in order to financially protect yourself and your family should one of them be affected, right? So if you have one job and you lose that job, then you're kind of SOL. But if you have various sources of income, it kind of gives you more protection should a crazy situation happen like it has. It's essentially not putting all your apples in one basket. And the reason I'm talking about this in terms of health is, again, finance causes stress. Stress causes dis-ease. This is very important. If we're stressed out about money, we're in a state that is not healthy. And plus, we just need to be prepared for times of crisis, right? I mean, it's kind of what has happened, and maybe some of us are like, oh my God, I should have prepared or whatever. So let's prepare, let's do the best that we can to improve our situation for now, but then also maybe future situations. You just never know. I highly recommend Chris Guillebeau's book, Guillebeau, he says, which is called Side Hustle, and it has a bunch of really good advice for how to create something that is linked with what you're good at and what your passions are, and he kind of outlines how so many different people have created additional sources of revenue. So my last tip is don't binge on Netflix all day. I know it's like a slap in the face, I'm sorry, but as tempting as it may be to escape and sink into diversion, let's not waste too much of our precious time. I'm not saying you should never watch it. I'm saying be parsimonious about it. We need to think about this precious time and try to fill it with things that improve our life. So Netflix has documentaries, right? You can watch those. That's interesting. Gaia TV has a lot of interesting information, documentaries, series, nonfiction stuff, as well as FMTV. Those are some things that you could watch that would improve your life and teach you something so that you can learn and grow. Are you sensing a theme here? So another reason that I say don't binge on Netflix is that we need to make sure that we're also being manual and tactile and we're doing things so we're not just like watching. I know you're watching this and I'm grateful that you're watching this and I'm hoping that this is useful for you. We just need to keep balance in mind. We just need to keep balance in mind. If we're spending too much time with like kind of like mind-numbing television, we need to think, okay, how can I use my time more wisely and choose my moments for the diversion stuff, right? The calm down, relax stuff. It's cool. Just think about how much time you actually spend watching TV. Assess, right? Is that how much you want to spend watching TV? Could you potentially use that time differently to learn something or improve your life? Like everyone's gonna have a different balance, right? So be aware of what content that you are consuming and is it just tra-la-la, let's escape, or is it something that's gonna help you grow and engage your mind or teach you something? So those are my tips for staying healthy at home. I would love to hear from you guys. Did you find these tips useful? If so, please leave a comment down below. I love receiving your comments. If you haven't already, take the time to click the red button to subscribe so that you don't miss out on future content. And if you really don't want to miss out on future content, you want to click the little bell so that you... Ooh, my rice cooker's going off. Yes, lunch is coming. You guys gotta get a Japanese rice cooker. And if you really don't want to miss out on upcoming content, definitely click the little bell because that's when you'll actually get notifications of my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. I'm so grateful. Thank you again for your support, and I will see you next week. Bye. Have you ever thought about studying holistic nutrition? Maybe it's been on your mind for a while? Well, as many of you know, I studied holistic nutrition at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, also called IIN, and it totally changed my life, and it was also very integral in the creation of Veggie Magnifique. So some of the reasons I really love the program are, in the end, you end up working in an industry that's in line with your heart and your values, plus you can own your own business or side business. You also improve your health and well-being, and then the health and well-being of your clients and also your family. And plus you can work from anywhere, and the program of course can be done from anywhere in the world. But studying at IIN goes way deeper than just diet and nutrition, and that's actually why I really loved it. To learn more, you can check the referral link down in the description box, and that will also lead you to the best deal that they currently have on offer.